MAFpod. Here we are, the fourth or fifth installation of
Fifth
Michael and Austin
installation.
football. All right, here we go, wrapping up another week of college football and NFL football action. I'm gonna start out here, fresh out the gate with our college picks from last week. Say a little bit about the games. I've got some notes and so
Yeah,
here we go.
tremendous weekend of college football.
Yeah, good
and
weekend.
NFL football in general.
Good games.
Some good games, some comeback games.
Some games I thought were going to be good that weren't good. Some games
Yeah.
that I didn't think were going to be good that were good.
Yeah, totally agree.
Starting off, Indiana at Penn State. Penn State was the 14.5-point underdog. We both picked Indiana plus points. Obviously, Indiana did get the win. However, they did not cover the 14.5. Very close game.
Yeah.
They survive a scare down there in Happy Valley.
Omar Cooper Jr. back of the end zone. Just an amazing grab.
Yeah.
Catch of the year.
Were it not for that play, we're talking about a different game here.
Yeah. And who knows how far Indiana falls down in the playoffs if they do lose.
And honestly, that final drive was just incredible by Indiana.
Yeah.
Down, and they were way backed up, took a negative as their first play, and then still found a way to march their way down the field, end up scoring that. And that's just what we see from top 10 teams and really good teams. They find a way to win.
And Heisman caliber players too.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza. What a final drive! As a quarterback, to have one of those on your resume, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving on, we got Georgia 9.5-point favorites at Mississippi State. You took Georgia plus points. I took Georgia with a Mississippi State cover. That obviously did not end up happening. Georgia ended up covering and playing a great game. I think that they went out and played a full 4 quarters.
Yeah, I think the first time that Georgia really showed up all 4 quarters, and credit to their run game finally stepping up. Nate Frazier, 12 carries for 181 yards.
Yep.
Mississippi State, I think their starting running back got hurt at the start of the game, so I don't think that helped them much. But
it's crazy, and I'll touch on this a little bit later, but Mississippi State, Kentucky, some of these kind of bottom feeders in the SEC, it's honestly a shame that they're in the SEC, because in any other conference, all 3 of the teams, or both of the teams that I just listed, plus maybe South Carolina or one of those other guys, all of those teams would be top 5 teams in any other conference.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they have to play 9 conference games and just slug it out with the best in college football, that's tough for them.
Yeah, it's very tough.
But also, props to them, because when they do have a good season, it's like, oh my God, this must be a very good team.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, not a shocker, that one.
Yeah.
BYU at Texas Tech. Texas Tech 10.5-point favorites. You took Texas Tech with the BYU cover. I took BYU straight up.
The crowd was wild there at Jones AT&T Stadium.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Bear Brockmeyer and the BYU Cougs weren't ready for it. And, just obviously Tech has one of the best defenses in college football, led by Jacob Rodriguez, my Butkus Award winner, if I had to choose. But, this was just led by their defense. And
now, something that I don't think many people are going to talk about is the fact that this game could have gone very differently. BYU had a muff punt. BYU had a big explosive play to their wide receiver number 2, Roberts.
Yep,
Chase Roberts. He dropped a major pass by Bear Bachmeier. I believe it was in the second quarter coming up to half, and that probably would have put them in a scoring position. Could have changed their outlook on the game a little bit, could have definitely made things go a little bit differently. But overall, I still think Kalani Sitake and the BYU Cougars will be a force to be reckoned with throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And this was a point that I was going to touch on later, but I'll just hit you with it right now. Would you rather, right? So say you're BYU. Would you rather win that in-season matchup or go out there and win the conference championship when they inevitably face off?
Well, win the conference championship, of course.
Yeah.
Like this was going to be a tough game for BYU, regardless. I mean, playing in one of the best atmospheres in college football, especially Big 12 wise.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'd be very exciting to watch them.
And I
in the
seriously
Big 12.
wonder if Kalani Sitake really emptied the clip in this one. I don't think he did.
Probably not. And Texas Tech didn't even look that great either. I think it was very great by BYU's defense. Every time Tech got in the red zone, it seems like they're holding in the field goals.
Although I will say Baron Morton looked great.
Yes, he did.
One of the things that I saw just on tape, he goes through his progression so quickly. And that can be a bad thing, like when you have guys that don't let the play develop and bail on their first, second, third option, and are always going to the check down. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see a Charlie check down. Yeah. However, with him, it seems more like he is just very quickly diagnosing the defense and what they're actually going to be able to do and finding the proper read. Like when you see his head in that backfield, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and the ball's out. Like it's so quick, so efficient. So I think that's a big part of why they were able to have major success in this game, especially against a stout BYU defense.
Agreed.
So moving on, we have my number one pick of the week, probably Missouri State at Liberty. Liberty favored by 7.5 at home, and Missouri State, they came in there and they pulled off the upset.
Yeah.
They're now bowl eligible.
They would be bowl eligible, but your team can't come in and compete for a bowl. But right now they're trying to get the commissioner to change that rule.
Yeah, they're appealing it.
But yeah, monster game by Jacob Clark, 20 for 33, 2 touchdowns, 290 yards passing. Yeah, I know he's a big leader on that team.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was a transfer portal guy for them, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know what happened. I mean, Liberty was dominating this game. It was 10-0 going in the half, and Missouri State puts up 21 unanswered on them.
Yeah.
So
shout out to our Springfield natives.
Yeah. Good call in that game.
Moving into Florida State at Clemson. Clemson was favored by 1.5, so just a straight up pick 'em here. We both took Clemson plus points. Justin Powell, shout out to you. They'd get a major dub there. That's kind of a, some would say that's a moral victory,
Yeah, it's also a which coach will get fired first victory. And Mike Norvell might be on the hot seat after this one.
I could see that. The one that I can't see is Clemson, just because they love Dabo so much down there. I haven't really, other than a few fringe fans, I have not seen any calling for his job. And I think rightfully so. They should not call for his job. He has had nothing but success there. This is his first ever down year. And with any program, especially in the era that we're in today with NIL and with the portal, it's a lot harder to string together all those, phenomenal seasons. And so, I do think that Dabo will stay, and I think that he will have success in the future. He is one of those guys that he's not as good in the portal as some of these younger coaches are.
And that's where I think it's going to be tough for this Clemson team to make waves, is if they can't get portal success, then we'll see.
Yeah.
But great win. Great moral win for them.
Yeah.
And staying alive in the ACC play too. I mean, the ACC is just a mess right now. So.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We got A&M favored by 6.5 at Mizzou. You took Aggies plus points. I took Mizzou. I was hoping that they would have Maud Hardy their way to a win.
Yeah, I would have loved it. I would not complain about Mizzou's victory, but like we said, Ahmad Hardy would have had to have a monster game, and he wasn't even their leading rusher.
Yeah,
it was
the backup, correct?
Yeah, their backup, Jamal Roberts.
Yep,
17 carries for 111 yards or 110 yards. Sorry.
He's a hard runner, man. He really, when I was watching it, he reminds me a lot of Isaiah Pacheco. With he runs angry. You know, he runs people over, and he does not often go down on first contact. But this game was, I don't even think it was as close as the score reflects.
No.
It feels like a 70-30 game, not
Yeah.
a 36-17 game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that really A&M is very dominant right now.
Yeah.
I
A&M's a
think,
very scary team.
yeah, nobody wants to face them down the stretch.
Yeah.
Marcel Reed is starting to get some Heisman buzz,
Yeah.
and I think it's well deserved. He's been
Absolutely.
playing really good. He's been playing on schedule. He's been, obviously he's still such a dynamic athlete with his legs. He can do a lot.
Yeah.
So not a lot to talk about there. It was just another great performance
Yeah.
by A&M. You're
Team that should
talking.
possibly be ranked number 1.
I think they should at least have the 2 spot.
2 or 1, yeah.
I think especially with what just happened with Indiana keeping it close at Penn State,
Yeah.
I would say put A&M over them. Like
Absolutely.
who has A&M really like had a close battle with, like, other than
I mean, Notre Dame
Notre
would be
Dame?
only, and Notre
Yeah.
Dame's a great team. Like,
Yeah.
I think A&M's win over Notre Dame is more impressive than
Yeah,
what
way more
Indiana has
impressive.
done.
Yeah. So, you know, that's just, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's Mario Craver.
Yeah.
That's Casey Concepcion. That's Marcel Reed just going out there and playing a phenomenal game, as they have been all year. So not much surprise there. You saw this one, just how it would be. Oregon favored by 6.5 at Iowa. I had Iowa. You had Ducks with an IU cover. So good on you for knowing that. I don't hate my pick, though,
No.
because very late in the game, they did still have a chance to take that one.
Yeah, no, Iowa. I mean, this played right in Iowa's hand. They had the ball late. It's like 7 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Raining all time.
Yeah, they go down and score. They scored with like 3 minutes left. Dante Moore throws an amazing ball, and then they finished off with a game-winning field goal. Yeah, like I predicted, I knew this game would be sloppy. I knew Oregon's backs were going to have a monster game, and Noah Whittington had 118 yards on 17 carries. Also, that big punt on the Iowa's first drive where they got a safety was also a very key factor in this game too.
Yes, indeed. That ended up being what, a 18-16 game?
Yeah, 18-16 final score.
So that's huge. That's another one where, like, Oregon having that close one against Iowa. Don't get me wrong; it's not a horrible Iowa team. I think that they're talented.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that Oregon, even with the rain, even with being away, I don't think it should have been that close, especially for the contenders that they're touted to be. I mean, Dan Lanning is a super highly rated coach. They've got a great offense. They've got a good quarterback. They've got talent all over their roster. So I don't think that one should have been as close as it was. But Iowa, good on you guys. Yeah. And I did end up finding out it is Iowa City.
Iowa City.
Last week I said Ames. That's obviously close. Iowa State, but now.
Good on you.
Now I know. Did some research. Had to learn. Honestly, probably my game of the week here. Auburn at Vandy.
Yes.
Vandy favored by 6.5. We both took Vandy plus points, and we both had stat predictions on Diego Pavia. Yours was a little bit closer than mine. You said 300 passing yards, 85 rush yards, 2 touchdowns passing, and 2 touchdowns rushing. I said 285 passing, 78 rushing, 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing. He ended up having what?
It was 380 yards passing, 3 touchdowns through the air, 112 yards rushing on 18 carries, and a touchdown on the ground. Yeah, just a very good offensive game, and good job on Auburn for just, their season's pretty much over in SEC play, but they gave Vanderbilt everything they had. Ashton
I was very impressed with
Daniels had
Ashton
a
Daniels.
very great game.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, 353 yards passing. And who is it? Corey Coleman? No, Cam Coleman.
Cam
Sorry.
Coleman. Cam Coleman.
Cam Coleman's a
Those
monster.
two like end zone fades. One where he had to go like under the receiver and grab it, and then the other one where he had to contort his body, one-handed grab, bring it in. That's the talent that we really wanted to see from him all year, and we haven't really had a chance to. I don't know what was the reasoning for that, but he finally got, quality touches in this game.
Yeah.
And obviously that gave their offense a lot of life.
Yeah.
So also their back, Cobb.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good game, I believe.
Yeah, 16 carries for 115 yards.
Yep. So
yeah, monster game.
Good game by Cobb, and they just, they were playing a good game. It's just Vandy came out there and played a better one.
Yeah.
This is the first time this year that I really have seen Auburn's defense not show up when it counted.
Yeah.
I believe that the statistic was they had not allowed more than 20 points this season up to this point.
Yeah, I was looking, see real quick.
Yeah.
What's they giving up? Yeah, I mean 24 was the most they gave up, and that was their first game against Baylor.
Yeah. So most they've given up all year is to Vanderbilt and this high-powered offense. So I mean, obviously it's a tall task.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was still very surprised. I mean, this has been a stout, really, really good Auburn defense. So for them to give up that many points to Vandy, which I don't even think is the best offense that they faced.
No, I mean, it's just what we say every time. Like, you got to be able to contain Pavia, and if you let him break out, he's going to cause problems for you. So,
yeah,
unfortunately, Auburn wasn't able to do that, and yeah, we saw the score.
Yeah,
score reflects it.
So moving on from that one, we've got LSU at Bama. Bama favored by 9.5. This was another in a stretch of a couple sloppy games from Bama. I don't think it's as bad as people are talking about. If you look at some of the throws that Ty Simpson was making, if you look at a lot of what was going on, I think that the major flaw here, and this has been talked about at length, the major flaw is that they don't have a consistent run game.
Yeah.
There's been one or two games this year where they've been able to run the ball effectively against actual opponents.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything to do with the quality of Jam Miller as a back. I think that he is a good back.
No, I watch, anytime I watch, I just see, I don't think the linemen, it doesn't seem the linemen can pick up their guy. It just seems like they're getting destroyed off the line of scrimmage.
I think there's a lot of times where they're not getting a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of times where there's a free rusher, which is, no good, but also we are blessed at Bama, Roll Tide, to have a quarterback in Ty Simpson that is very good at evading the rush. He does not fall in the pocket. No. He steps up, finds the clean area, and delivers his throws. So, I mean, if you put this guy with a line like maybe Georgia's, oh my God. I mean, it would be so scary.
500 yards passing.
Yeah. So, also, we didn't see any major drops from Ryan Williams in this one, so that was good to see. LSU,
yikes.
Their offense just looked lifeless. I know that there were certain points of this game where the score was close. I don't think the score reflects just how dominant of a victory this was, and not to say that Bama was super dominant or their performance was phenomenal, because I don't think it was. I think if Bama had the performance that they had at Georgia against this team, that would have been a much different score. However, you are still looking at a very good LSU defense.
Yeah.
But their offense, man, I mean, they can't get anything going.
I don't know what happened to Garrett Nussmeier. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know if he has another year of eligibility or not. He's a senior, so.
Well, and I know that he was draft eligible last year and chose to stay, which people that are hating on him for that, shame on you, because in today's college football landscape, for a player to choose not to go to the NFL and also not to leave to another college
Right.
football team. To stay
Right.
with your team, to stick it out and try to finish what he started there, that's incredible and good on you, Garrett,
Absolutely.
for doing that. So anybody hating on him for that needs to quiet that noise down, because that's a major decision. However, I do think that his draft stock has plummeted
Oh yeah.
from what it was last
Yeah.
year. I don't think that they involve Trades Green enough as they should. I don't think that they have a consistent run game, which
No.
is another major issue. And if you are counting on your team to pass the ball against Bama, you're in trouble, because that is one of the best secondaries in college football. When you look at guys like Damani Jackson, like Keon Sabb, like Bray Hubbard, like all of these guys are good defenders. I mean, we saw it with Zabian Brown. We've seen it all year. If you have to depend on the pass against Bama, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, just if you're one dimensional in general. But I think really the defensive keys for Bama in this game were Yanze Pierre
Yep.
and Bray Hubbard.
Hubbard. Everywhere, man.
Yanze Pierre got, I think, 2 sacks. I could be wrong.
Yeah, 2 sacks.
Yep, 2 sacks, and was just pressuring Garrett the whole game.
Yeah.
42 was in the backfield for the majority of that game, and you don't want to see that.
No, not at all.
Just it sucks what has happened to LSU this year. They looked like a team that has been through what they've been through this year, if that makes sense. I know that's like an obvious statement, but like they look like a team who has lost their head coach, who has lost all their hope, who started out as, preseason, number 3?
Yeah, 3 or 4, I think.
Preseason 4, I think,
like
because
that.
it was Clemson and then them.
Yeah, I think so.
But starting out preseason top 5 and falling to unranked where they are now. I mean, it's sad, because like on roster talent alone, they should have a better record than they do, but they don't. So nothing you can really say there. If you, I'm good on that one if you are. Florida favored by 3.5 at Kentucky. We took Florida plus points. Goodness gracious. Boy, did they let us down.
Yeah.
This is another team where you can say exactly what I just said, where it's like roster talent. I do believe that this is a roster that could compete for a national title. I think they have the talent. However, the coaching has failed them.
Coaching's failed them. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should have seen this coming with Florida traveling to Kentucky. I mean, it's a hard place to play at in the SEC. Dante Dowdle had a monster game.
Yes.
7 carries for 104 yards and a touchdown. Your guy,
Kendrick Law
had 6 receptions for 44 yards.
Yeah.
As well as, let's see if he did anything rushing.
Well, and his game, so the thing with him, and it's like I said, prior, I do believe that he's an explosive maker. I don't think he's going to be your, like, every down you go to this guy. I don't think he's your super consistent guy, but he creates explosives because you said 4 catches?
4 catches.
Or
6 catches.
6 catches for 44.
Yeah.
I believe that probably 4 of those were for 1 or 2 yards, maybe even a loss on one of them, because the play that I watched that, he actually went off was like a 30-yard reception where he got another, 5 after the catch. So I don't imagine that most of those other receptions amounted to anything. I think if they get him involved more, he's just so electric with the ball in his hands. But I think the major key and the reason why Kentucky was able to get a major dub in this one, I think that the major key for them was the fact that they put a Jaden Baugh in a box.
Yeah.
He was not able to do anything in the run game for them, for Florida. And it's disappointing that when he does get shut down early, they tend to not go his way.
Yeah, and I mean, that seems like the case for a lot of teams. As soon as the running back starts getting put in the box, they tend to lean on their quarterback. And unfortunately for DJ Lagway, just like a Garrett Nussmeier, is a guy who could have gone into the NFL and probably would have been drafted pretty high, but now he decided to stay, try to win a natty with the Gators, and as completely fell off the
And
planet.
I think that we would be remiss if we didn't say these are two guys that are believed to be playing hurt. It's not confirmed, but these are both guys that are believed to be playing with at least minor injuries.
Yeah.
And I think that with Garrett Nussmeier, that is a rib injury for him,
Yeah.
which messes with his whole rotation. I think it's a foot injury for DJ Lagway, so that messes with your footwork in the pocket. So obviously, two very critical injuries for a quarterback. So I don't put it all on them.
No,
And also, they're
definitely not.
both in teams, funny enough, that have had their head coach be fired.
Yeah.
That have had just major morale struggles in the locker room, most likely, and it sucks for them because I do still think they're both very talented guys.
Yeah.
But just things didn't shake out quite how they wanted to this year.
No, they did not.
No. So points total on this one, out of a possible 10, you got 7.5. Actually, I had to make a revision there. And I got 5 out of that. So at 500, over 500 for that.
Came back and won this week.
Yes, you did. I have some quick notes to just touch on real quick for college football. I'll run through them pretty quick. Bama has the same goods and bads that they've had all year. Running inefficiencies, explosive plays, great defensive play, and great quarterback play. They're the same team that we've seen all year. So that worries me, but also I'm glad that there's consistency. I would like to see just some more improvement.
And it's worrisome because, we look back at that South Carolina game where Ty Simpson wasn't at his best and having a pretty tough first half. And you just would like to have a run game there to help him out.
Yes.
But yeah, I'd love to see the run game improve before the playoffs start.
They're still great at creating explosives. I think their defense is playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
But just honestly, it's really the run game and pre-snap penalties that are killing them.
Pre-snap penalties are. You can't rely on Ty Simpson to be able to get you out of 2nd and 20s every time or 3rd and 20s.
Which, luckily, he has been doing that a lot.
He has been able to do that.
But that's like he just said, you cannot count on that.
Yeah. And
if you do count on that, you're going to eventually put yourself in a situation where that does fail. Yeah. And hopefully it's not in a game that you need to win because, that would be dangerous. But if they can clean up, honestly, those pre-snap penalties and stop starting drives with a negative, that would be huge because then it opens up for the run game more. When you start out in a 1st and 20, you get one run for 5 yards. Well, now it's 2nd and 15. You're passing again. Yeah. Versus, you have that same run on 1st and 10. Oh, hey, we just picked up 5 yards. Let's give it right back to Jam Miller.
Yeah.
So that's one right there. The Texas A&M fake punt, I think that is what broke the spirit of Mizzou because up until that point, it was like a somewhat close game. And then they had a fake punt that converted their first down and was just like, that sucked all the energy out of that stadium. So I think that was where it was. I also thought that Zion Young and the Mizzou pass rush would cause more problems for A&M. They really didn't.
Yeah.
Marcel Reed did a phenomenal job of escaping pressure when he did have it. And honestly, he didn't have it all too often.
No, not very often.
I don't know why they weren't getting home. It may just be, maybe we're not looking at this A&M offensive line as we should be. Maybe they're a lot better than we think.
Yeah, maybe we should give them a shout out. It's a shout out day.
Shout out A&M O-line. The boys in the trenches getting it done.
Yeah.
One of the things that we didn't really touch on with DJ Lagway, I think he's playing injured, but also he is so underdeveloped because in his college career, he's been hurt for like the majority of it. And then, when you're not playing in games, when you're not playing in practice, when you're not, getting reps constantly, it's going to show. And so these guys that have been getting consistent reps and have not been injured, like Ty Simpson, like Marcel Reed, these guys that have stayed healthy and been able to work on their craft, it shows in game. And also the opposite shows in game. So I think he's just very, very underdeveloped. Also, I touched on it's a shame that they're in the SEC. Everything comes up Wake, and they remain bowl eligible against Virginia. I think that game was like a legit everything came up Wake. Like if there was any break that needed to happen in the game, somehow it was going to Wake Forest.
Yeah. So we got two big ACC upsets with Virginia and Louisville losing to Cal.
Which both were huge for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that Cal game was I was watching that game yesterday. That was a fun game to watch. They have a true freshman quarterback in there starting.
Yeah, and he's incredible.
Sagapalute. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, but 2 touchdowns, 323 yards passing. And they have this I forgot his name. Jacob De Jesus. He's number 21. He's a monster. He had, what was it? 16 receptions for 158 yards.
Whew.
Talk about force feeding a guy.
Yeah.
That's Jamar Chase status
right there. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, that was a fun game to watch, and really helping Georgia Tech there.
Yeah, and I think really the thing that happened here is Virginia did what you cannot do and sleep on a team going in, and I think that Wake was very much awake for that game. I think that they were ready, and like I said, I think that just all the breaks went their way, and they caused a lot of turnovers, so that was huge. USF was playing UTSA. I spoke a little bit about UTSA last week. We talked about Owen McCown being their quarterback. Dad is Josh McCown and his uncle is Luke McCown, or vice versa. And he still played great in this game, but he was just going up against a far superior defense. So it's tough to really do much. But I think that is a guy that we will see in a different uniform next year, possibly hitting the transfer portal. And I think that he's going to be a portal acquisition for anybody that wants a good quarterback. But USF in that game had a scoop and score that was absolutely incredible. They stripped the ball from Owen McCown, and then the player that stripped it had the ball come bounce off of his back leg, it's empty. Kicked the ball back up into the other defender's hands, ran it in for I think it was like an 80 or 90 yard scoop and score touchdown. It was huge. And also like really kind of did that. But I think that I'm not mad about USF being the G5 team in the playoffs if they make it. Because they do genuinely have a lot of talent, and they've showed that they can win big games. So
and compete with some of the big school teams as well.
So something that I talked about last week with Memphis playing their starting quarterback up big in a game late in the game. USF was up 45-10 at half. Why are you not pulling Byron Brown, who is your legit, that's your ticket to the playoff? And that's your ticket to win in the playoff. Because if you don't have him, you're not winning any games in the playoff. I'll tell you that for sure. It's even iffy with him. So don't risk that. I think that was just foolish. USF does have a great kicker. He had a 51-yarder in there, which, NFL, we'd be talking about, hey, that guy should make that kick. But as far as college goes, I mean, if you're hitting 51-yarders, that's pretty impressive. So, and then I don't think BYU had the horses to run with Texas Tech. I really just don't think that they had the same talent.
No, definitely not. I mean, Texas Tech built up to compete for a natty this year. That really showed against the Cougs.
And Baron Morton is worth all the money that they're paying for him. He, like I said, he's just making his way through progressions. I think that he's going to be ready for Sunday games when it comes time.
I think so too.
I would rather. Oh, well, I already said this earlier, but I would rather win the conference championship than the in-season matchup if I'm BYU. So I think that if they were in a position to win that game, Kalani Sitake might have kind of opened up the playbook and had some more creative calls. But I think that there was a certain point where they stopped being really creative, and and said, you know what, let's save this. We're probably going
Yeah.
to see this team again, and let's be ready when that comes.
For sure.
But that wraps up college football. Let's move on to the NFL slate. I've got games right here. You take that real quick. I got to use the restroom.
All right.
If you can't read it, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So first, let's get into the Broncos Raiders Thursday night football. Finally had a little slugfest on Thursday night football. First time we've seen that, I think, this year. The Broncos come out with a win against the Raiders, 10-7. Troy Franklin gets the only touchdown from Bo Nix, which is who I had as my X factor or difference maker for that game. But really, I mean, I think if there's a difference maker, it goes to all the Broncos defense for shutting down Brock Bowers, really. I mean, Brock Bowers gets 2 receptions for, 31 yards? And, it's 1 reception for 31 yards on just 3 targets. So if you're the Raiders, you're not going to be able to win that game if you're only giving Bowers 3 targets. Ashton Genty is he's looking like a pretty good rookie running back now. He gets 20 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. So good on him. And
yeah, this one I was a little bit worried at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they had a very solid first drive.
Yeah.
And Ashton Genty ran into the end zone untouched, it seemed like, and I thought, oh no, this is Denver in danger. And then the rest of the game, the defense looked unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and I also think that both of our difference makers did come true.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, Troy Franklin being the only one to score a touchdown
Nick
for the
Bonito,
Broncos, and then Nick Bonito
1.5 sack, and I wonder how many QB hits he got.
And also, you got to keep in mind Nick Bonito, his reps.
He had 3 QB hits too.
Okay, yeah.
So pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty solid performance by him. But also, halfway through the game, he did end up tweaking something, I believe, in his ankle, maybe, because he had it retaped towards the end of the game, or towards the end of the first half. And so he ended up getting slightly limited reps in the second half. They were putting him in and pulling him out pretty frequently. So just a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah. But I think the Broncos were also just trying to not show that much to KC as they could too. So I think it's always a good win to have in the NFL. You know, they all wins are hard to get. So
especially in conference
win.
Yeah. So moving on, we've got the Falcons at the Colts. Colts favored by 6.5. You took Colts plus points, so you got a half a point there, and then I took the Falcons, and man, that did not go the way that I thought. I had Bijan being the difference maker, and he had another pretty subpar game.
Tyler Algier taking all his touchdowns. It's crazy. I mean, Bijan still has 17 carries for 84 yards, but his running back mate Jonathan Taylor, 32 carries for 250.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. I think it sucks that the MVP award is basically just a QB award, because if we're talking MVP, we're talking about most valuable player. The Colts run off Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Like we saw against Steelers. If he has a bad game, they're not winning.
5th game this year with 3 or more touchdowns.
And it's insane that Daniel Jones is right behind him in MVP voting. But
well, and so last year Saquon was getting all this buzz because he was going to break the rushing record, and that's huge for them. But also, he only had, I believe, 11 touchdowns in that season. Jonathan Taylor already has 12.
Yeah.
And we're at just past the midpoint of the season. So if he has a couple more games like he has been having, his rushing plus his touchdowns, I believe, make him a more valuable player than Saquon was last year. And
absolutely.
that might be a hot take, but I think I think that he is the more valuable back.
I would only put 2 players in front of him for MVP, and that would be Drake May and Matt Stafford. No one else.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And maybe that's a hot take too, but
Yeah, I think your hottest take of the week was picking Sauce Gardner as your difference maker. He was slipping and sliding all around that field.
yeah, I thought maybe getting out of New York would change him, but I mean, he did his job whenever he was covering Drake London. Like, he had 6 total tackles. Yeah, I was going out on a limb thinking he'd be a real big difference maker, but
Yeah.
how about when Drake London's in the slot, you don't put a linebacker on
Yeah,
him too? That's
I know.
that's
Yeah.
a crazy move.
Insane.
Shout out! I mean, Drake London's a monster though.
Yeah. Well, and he creates mismatches on anybody. That's Drake London. I mean, he's a unicorn. You know,
we
he's
talk
one of
about
those guys.
real quick. How about Kyle Pitts is everyone was down on Kyle Pitts, and I know he's still not having like this season. Like, he's not the generational tight end everyone was expecting him to be, but he's looking pretty solid with Penix at quarterback.
The thing with me, as far as Pitts is concerned, I think that Kyle Pitts. Okay, and take this how you will. I think that he will end up being the generational talent everybody was thinking he will be. And the reason I think that, he has showed nothing but improvement through his 3 years in the league.
Yeah.
And that consistent improvement is nice, but also the reason why everybody thought he was going to be so amazing is because of his measurables, because of his vertical leap, because of his 40, because of all the things that he big news coming in right now. Travis Hunter out for the season-ending surgery. So
yeah, it sucks for Jaguars fans.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the season he was starting to have.
Hopefully, can come back from the injury and surgery and have a great sophomore year.
Yeah, hopefully he's the same. That's explosive, shifty guys like that oftentimes with knee injuries. So that's the LCL, the lateral cruciate ligament. Yeah. So you got ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL.
All the L's.
So, yeah, that is, I believe that should be
right
here. So LCL, lateral cruciate ligament, ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, MCL, medial cruciate ligament. So that's right in the middle. And then PCL, posterior cruciate ligament. So that's back here. But, that actually, that scares me worse, because if you're talking right here, LCL, that's all of his cuts. When he's making a cut, that's putting pressure over here. So I really don't like to hear that, actually.
Yeah.
Hopefully he just makes a good recovery. Some of these guys, come back from this. I mean, obviously we saw Adrian Peterson tore his ACL and then came back the next year and won the MVP, rush for 2,000 yards. So it's not by any means, it doesn't mean that his career's over, but it's just, I always get a little worried with explosive guys and knee injuries, because those tend to be reoccurring.
Yeah.
But back to what we were on with Kyle Pitts, his measurables were what he was drafted on. The fact that he had a great 40, the fact that his vertical leap was insane, the fact that he's so strong. I mean, all of that still factors in. And honestly, he's a skinny guy, or not skinny, but he's just like, he's shredded. He's not, one of these tight ends. Like, he's not a Laporta. He's not a Kittle. He's not one of these guys that are big and burly. He is like just a massive, oversized wide receiver.
Yeah.
But he still blocks really good.
Yes, he is a very good blocker.
He's a very good blocker. And so I think that all of his skills will still translate. I think that he's still going to have a great career. Anybody that is down on him, I think that you're foolish.
Yeah.
And also, he hasn't had injury problems.
Yeah.
So anytime that you've got a major athlete like that also doesn't have injury problems, that is, that's huge. And availability is the best ability.
Absolutely.
I'm good on that one if you are. Wait. There were some pretty crucial missed kicks in that game, weren't there? Or maybe a crucial missed kick?
Maybe one.
It honestly might have been on the Colts side.
I don't.
And they ended up coming back from it. But I didn't.
It was a great comeback win for the Colts.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't. I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that
yeah,
there were some missed kicks in there. So also just continuing that trend this year of kickers missing some crucial kicks, also some extra points, which that's you never want to see that.
yeah.
But all right, moving on, we got Browns at the Jets. We both took Browns plus points because it was a pretty much straight up pick 'em. Browns were favored by 2.5, and well, we were wrong there.
You're wrong. Yeah, I mean, Gabriel had some. Actually, yeah, I don't know how we were wrong. I mean, look at the
Dylan Gabriel had a
stats.
very questionable game.
I wouldn't say it was. I mean, he missed some throws. Obviously, like his size is still like a factor, but he also made some very good throws as well, outside the pocket on the run. He had 2 touchdown passes. Um, Jerry Judy, uh,
Jerry Judy had an
he
insane
had a
catch.
monster. Yeah, he had a monster catch. He
Yeah.
had 78 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, Brees Hall is. Um, he was a monster for the Jets. He had 83 yards, rushing, 42 in the air, led the team in rushing and receiving yards. Also had a touchdown in the air. So glad to see this Jets team, even though that they were big sellers at the deadline. They continue to come out and fight. Like Brees Hall could easily just sit out
Yeah.
and complain, but he's out here just carrying the team on his back.
Yeah. And I think our difference makers did just about nothing in this game. We had Judkins for you, and I picked Myles Garrett.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
Mullier had a sack. Judkins had 75 yards, so yeah, not
which
really much.
my take obviously was horrible last week. There's two ways that you can look at a major performance like Myles Garrett's 5 sack performance. You can look at that as like, oh, hey, there might be another one looming on the horizon. Like if he just did that, he might be just locked in right now and ready to go do it again. Uh, Obviously, that was incorrect. Still a sack, and anytime that you can pick up a sack in the NFL, obviously that's huge. But I don't know. I thought that Myles Garrett was going to have another major performance. He really didn't. 1 sack for him is like, it's crazy to even think, but 1 sack for him, I almost look at that as like, man, he was off his game.
Yeah, and I think a key part in this game was the on the other side, the Jets D line was able to get all after Gabriel, but especially their defensive ends, Will McDonald and um, who else was it?
McDonald is so
He had 4
underrated.
sacks this game.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
4 sacks.
Yeah, McDonald is so underrated. Any of you that watched the Hard Knocks with the Jets, he's a stand up guy, and then also such a great player. I think that he is going to be up for a pretty big contract coming up
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, he was. Both defensive ends were just dominating the Browns tackles, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's all I got on that one.
yeah,
All right. Jags favored by 1.5 at Houston. We both took Jags plus points. Obviously, that did not happen. We
yeah.
also both had ETN as our difference maker.
He did get a touchdown. He probably would have been the difference maker if they won, but Davis Mills had other plans.
Yep.
Comes in over CJ Stroud and leads the Texans to a 19-point fourth quarter comeback.
That's huge.
Yeah, he has 2 touchdowns, 292 yards passing. Woody Marks is starting to take over in the backfield. He gets 14 carries for 63 and a touchdown. And Nico Collins finally having a monster game, receiving for 7 receptions for 136.
Oh wow.
And the defense was once again, defense was a big factor in the fourth quarter comeback too. Daniil Hunter,
Yeah.
3.5 sacks.
Oh.
I think crap, I forget his name.
I cannot believe, like looking back at that trade, I cannot believe that the Vikings let Daniil Hunter go.
Yeah.
Daniil Hunter is so good, so versatile too. Like he's a guy you could drop him back in coverage on a back. I really do think you could, and he would end up probably succeeding. He's that athletic.
But yeah, I mean, great comeback for the Texans.
Continuing the trend of these fourth quarter comebacks this year.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of fourth quarter comebacks.
Yeah.
412 total yards for the Texans. penalties were huge for Jaguars. They had 9 for 90 yards. And third down conversions, too. I mean, the Texans were able to get out the field, unlike the Jaguars. Texans were 10 for 15 on third down. So,
Yeah.
and much better in the red zone, too, 4 for 5, and compared to the Jaguars being 2 for 4.
Yeah.
So,
I think that this is a good Texans roster. I don't think that their record reflects how good of a team they are.
yeah.
I think also once they get CJ Stroud back, he was really starting to take form again until he got that concussion against the Broncos. So sucks there, but I mean, concussion protocol is what, 2 weeks? So
Yeah, well, no, it should just be a week.
a week.
I
Yeah.
think because he should be questionable. I think he's still questionable
Okay.
for this weekend.
All right. Well, moving into probably the biggest upset of the week is Bills favored by 9.5 at Miami, and Miami just going out there and throttling them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. I think the Bills were, um, I think Bills were still riding off their victory over the Chiefs, and I think they fell into. You have two different trap games here. You have a trap game before you face a team like that's a hyped up game, and then you have your trap game against a team like the Dolphins after you come off a big win, um, and you're heavy favorites. And I think that's what happened to the Bills. They just thought they could waltz in and put up a win, but the Dolphins are still competing at a high level with Coach McDaniel's back there, or yeah,
Yep.
yeah, Coach McDaniel's back there, and a big game by
Jalen
Waddle and Devon A. Chan, 22
Yeah.
carries for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns is my difference maker of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and we had our difference makers set as James Cook and Khalil Shakir. I took Khalil Shakir. You took James Cook. So obviously nobody on the Bills really had a very good game.
Tough loss. Can't have those losses when you're fighting for your conference, and Patriots gain another win over the Bills. So
yeah, or Miami.
Well, I mean, as like the Bills.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're talking about the battle for the
Bills drop
AFC
game.
North.
Yeah.
Then we also had AFC East.
AFC East. Yes.
Oh my God, why did I say North?
I didn't even hear.
Then we've got Pats at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay favored by 2.5 at home. You took Pats. I took Tampa Bay plus points. And Drake May was your difference maker. You were right on that one.
I would say I was right on. I would also wouldn't if Travion Henderson would probably be the difference maker.
Yes,
just slightly over May. He had 2 touchdowns for 147 yards rushing and on just 14 carries, just crazy.
And shout out to him looking back at Vrabel and saying, "Hey, am I good to score, coach?"
Yeah, I mean that dude's just a speed demon. It was crazy.
He's a track star. Dude.
It was fun watching him run, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I knew this would be a very good game, a very fun game to watch. Ibuka coming back from the bye, he had 6 receptions for 115 yards.
Yeah.
Rookie Tez Johnson too had 2 touchdown catches. So
the backflip man. I think right here, I mean, Tampa Bay might be another team that I'll put in there with the Chiefs where like they've been great against bad defenses. I don't think that they have really faced a great defense and like put up the points that they've been putting up.
Yeah.
And also Baker Mayfield, he's been creating a lot of magic with his legs this year. He's been extending plays. He's been scrambling for first downs. That's great, but it's also not a good sign of how their offensive line is performing. And this game, I don't think that Baker was able to create some of the same magic that he has been, and it kind of came back to bite him.
Yeah, no, I think the Patriots did a good job of keeping them contained in the pocket.
Yeah. Giants at Bears. Bears favored by 4.5 at home. We took Bears plus points. So we got that one.
Yeah.
And you had your difference maker as Monungai.
I actually texted the Giants covered the 4.5.
Oh, did they?
They won exactly by 4 points.
Oh, well, my apologies.
Yeah. I was listening, and I think this is the Giants' fourth time when leading by 10 points in the fourth quarter to sell a game. So, um, which, if you haven't heard, Brian Daboll out as the Giants' head coach.
Possibly in as Penn State head coach.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big target for Penn State.
Yeah, he's walking around wearing Penn State, hoodies and stuff. So I would say that he's probably vying for that job.
Yeah.
I had Kalen Williams as my difference maker in here. I'm pretty happy to have that one because I think that turned out to be true. His 20-yard scramble to get that go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, that was impressive. And he had a passing touchdown to Roma Dunze. Who did I have?
You had Monungai.
I had Monungai. Yeah, unfortunately, Monungai didn't get the touch, which I'm glad I didn't. I almost started him in fantasy. Glad I didn't. I didn't know what the running back committee would look like, and made the right move not playing him because DeAndre Swift led the way.
Yeah.
But also, I think another difference maker in this game was new addition C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yes.
He had 2 sacks and 9 total tackles. So very impressive game by him.
Yeah, he was on one of the teams of the week or something like that. The NFL, analysts put it together each week where there's a team of the week for the NFC team of the week for AFC, and he made the team. So good on him because he's been cut, he's been waived, he's been traded, he's been all over the place, and for a guy to still go out there and play to his best abilities and make big plays, that's huge.
Yeah.
So moving on, we got Ravens favored by 4.5 at Minnesota. You took Ravens with a Viking cover. I took Minnesota straight up. So tough one there for the Vikings.
Yeah, tough one, and really came down to the special teams. The Ravens were able to force a special teams turnover on a kickoff, and they were able to score. I think I had Lamar down as my difference maker, which I think he gets a touchdown. Really, I think this is one of the first kickers I'm going to make my difference maker, Tyler Loop.
Yeah.
13 points. So
you see they're starting to do a chant for him?
Yeah,
Loop. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he'd be my difference maker in this game.
Yeah, I had Jordan Addison as my difference maker, which did not come true, obviously.
Yeah, Jalen Naylor's still in all the targets. Him and J.J. McCarthy are starting to.
Which he was another guy that I thought about maybe putting in there as my difference maker was Jalen Naylor because he's been having a quiet, good season.
He has.
But, yeah, obviously they couldn't get it done. There were a couple plays that kind of, I think, factored into that win for the Ravens. Yeah. Obviously, it's iffy to me the play where Justin Jefferson went down and it ended up being a Marlon Humphrey pick.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to say tripping on it. Looking back at the play, it does seem like Justin Jefferson is the one that stepped on Marlon Humphrey's cleats. So I don't think it was tripping at the end, but it's like that's one of the plays where, if you give Justin Jefferson a good shot at that ball, you can never say that, oh, well, that's uncatchable for him. I mean, he makes circus catches all the time. So could have been a huge play, ended up obviously not being. But, that's the tale of the tape.
Yep.
Moving on, Saints at Carolina. Carolina favored by 3.5. We both took Carolina plus points. Obviously, that did not happen.
I mean, Panthers cutting off once again another trap game here. I believe Panthers cutting off that big win against the Packers. They host it was a 1-7 Saints at the time.
Yep.
Tyler Shuck comes in and is looking. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
With the weapons he has. He was 282 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Also, Alvin Kamara seems to be making a little splash again. He has 22 carries for 83 yards in this game.
Yeah.
And Chris Olave just being that guy as well, even without Rashid Shaheed. He gets a touchdown, 104 yards receiving, which I think I took Who did you take for
You, as your difference maker, took Rico Dowdle, and I took Bryce Young.
Yeah, it was a pretty ugly game just for the Panthers in general.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle, he does get a touchdown, but just 53 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Tedorora McMillan had a stroke. Continues to impress as a rookie receiver.
Yeah.
I look forward to his sophomore year.
Yeah, I think he's going to continue to have success. He's got a big frame. He's got all the good measurables. He's got great ball skills. I think that he's going to be a staple for them for years to come. Moving on, we got Cards at Seattle. Seattle plus points is what you took. I took the Cardinals. So obviously that one did not turn out how I saw it. I thought my big thing coming in this game was Jacoby Brissett's performance over the past couple games had been nothing short of phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's been a very, very solid quarterback ever since he stepped in for the injured Kyler Murray. But
and I would say he still had a pretty great, and I would say great, but he still had a pretty good game. He has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just 2 unfortunate turnovers at the beginning really cost him, and DeMarcus Lawrence getting both of those. So
yeah,
I started the Seahawks defense, and they had the most points for me. Really helped me win my fantasy league this week.
Yeah, absolutely. You had JSN as your difference maker. How did he end up performing?
JSN did get the only receiving touchdown, 5 receptions for 93 yards. So
okay,
if there was an offensive difference maker, probably still go to him. But I think the difference maker goes to the whole Seahawks defense, especially DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah,
gets 2 defensive touchdowns. So
absolutely. Moving on from that, we've got Lions favored by 6.5 at Washington. We both took Lions plus points.
Yeah, and Dan Campbell took over play calling in this game, and man, did it pay off for the Lions. Just a monster game by everyone.
Yeah,
I think I took Jameer to be the difference maker.
You did, and I took David Montgomery.
Yeah, Jameer Gibbs on 15 carries goes for 142 and 2 touchdowns. I think he had a receiving touchdown as well. Let me see. Check my facts. Yes, he does. He gets 3 receptions, 30 yards, and a receiving touchdown as well. So, yeah, I mean, the whole offense pretty much feasted Jared Goff. 320 yards passing for 3 touchdowns. And Jameson Williams is starting to have a great second half. He 6 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
We saw Deron Payne punch Amon-Ra St. Brown late in the game.
Can't be doing that coming up after the play, socking the dude.
Yeah, that's just a crazy move.
Yeah. Also, I have never understood people hitting people with helmets on.
Yeah, me neither.
That's like, what are you doing? You're not gonna do any damage.
Yeah.
But either way, you don't need to be swinging anyways. It's a football game.
Exactly.
If you want to hit a guy, go hit him on the field.
Yeah.
So yeah, huge win for them.
Huge win.
Rams favored by 4.5 at San Fran. I took San Fran. You had Rams with a San Francisco cover.
Yeah, and like I said, Matt Stafford's he's just having a monster year. Officially broke 400 yards or 400 touchdown passes. So
huge milestone for him.
Congrats to him. And Kyron Williams, 2 touchdowns for 73 yards, and Puka and Adams both had a receiving touchdown. So
nice. What were Devontae Adams' receiving stats?
6 receptions for 77 yards.
Oh yeah, I'll take that any day.
Any day. I think I'm going to retract my statement though about the 49ers QB room. I believe that they should keep Mac Jones in even when Brock Purdy comes back.
You think you should?
I think they should. I think I was listening to my GOAT, Tom Brady, talk before the game. He said, you got to roll with the hot hand. And yeah, I mean, the 49ers lose, but I mean they also scored 26 points and
Yeah.
give up 42. Like,
And this is no scrub
Yeah.
defense by the Niners or by the Rams. They've got a good defense.
They got a great defense. Mac Jones goes for 3 touchdowns, 319 yards on 33 of 39 passing. So I mean, I think even
Just looking at the stats, I mean,
yeah,
you wouldn't think that the game ended up how it did.
yeah, and I mean, I think that's just how good the Rams offense is this year. And but yeah, I think they should roll with Mac Jones till he has a bad game. I don't know how long it is till Purdy can even come back, but
yeah. Can we take a look real quick at
Yeah.
Diamador Lenoir's stats on this
uh,
one?
he was
For the San Francisco defense.
he had like 2 tackles.
2 tackles. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he so far this season has been a difference maker in quite a few of their games on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously not a big game in this one, but he's a good corner that I think is slightly underrated, and I'd like to see him continue to have good games. But Steelers at the Chargers. Chargers favored by 2.5. You took Chargers plus points. Good on you. I took Steelers. You had Gadsden as your difference maker, and I had DK Metcalf.
Yeah. I think Gatson got injured during this game. He had like 1 catch. I think the difference maker goes to Lad McConkey. 4 receptions for 107 yards and a touchdown.
That's massive.
Has a massive game for him. But yeah.
Also, Aaron Rodgers looked off.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers looked off, and I mean his receiving core is honestly, if DK Metcalf isn't playing good, his receiving core is pretty pitiful. I mean, Calvin Austin let a ball hit him right in the hands and gets tipped and picked off. So
I think right now his 2 biggest weapons are DK Metcalf as well as their 315-pound tight end, Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington is just a freak athlete. For a guy to move the way he does at 315 pounds, I mean, he is a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, he was never really, I mean, not to say never, but he wasn't like a super major key for Georgia when he was there. But since he's gotten to the NFL and honestly, funny enough, gained weight in the NFL, he was, I believe, 285 with Georgia, and you know that's a little bit more of a common tight end weight. Yeah. You don't often see these guys at 315, so kind of strange that he upped his weight and now he's doing better.
Yeah,
you would think that might end up with a downwards trend, but having him out there kind of changes the way that you can run the offense because he is a threat in the passing game. But also, it's like having another lineman out there. I mean, that's just another big body that you can throw at one of these outside linebackers or DNs and hopefully get a good block on him, and he is a good blocker. So I'm definitely surprised that the Steelers did not lean a little bit more on their run game. It seems like this year they've been having a lot of success with Jaylen Warren. So definitely a little bit of a head scratcher for me as to why they did not turn his way more.
I totally agree. I hope they start using him more.
Yeah. Moving on, Eagles at Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 2.5. You took the Eagles in this one. I took Green Bay plus points. Your difference maker was Smitty.
Yep.
And I had Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons is somewhat like having a little bit of a drop off. I feel like in this game he was having a lot of one-on-one matchups and losing at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I think it was also when Jalen Hurts was able to recognize the pressure that Parsons was putting on him a lot too, so he's able to get out of the pocket and either throw the ball away or hit a check down. So,
which, funny enough, that's kind of like the exact contrary of my take last week. My take last week, I told you, I said, hey, this is a guy that came in from the NFC East. This is a guy that has faced off against Jalen Hurts so many times.
Yeah.
He's probably going to know what to do, and I think he's going to get to the quarterback a lot. it ended up being vice versa.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't really think about the other half of that. This is a quarterback that has seen Micah Parsons a lot in his
Right.
career, and who knows? Maybe he'll be ready for it. I don't know. I was completely off with my take there.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either. But yeah, I mean, the only touchdown goes to Smitty. Great catch in the end zone. He ends with 4 receptions for 69 yards and a 1 touchdown. So that was all the excitement in that game.
Yep.
And Jordan Love is either he'll either have a really great game or really pitiful game, and this is just another pitiful one.
He's very inconsistent.
Yeah,
which I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather have a guy that is inconsistent, but when he's playing well can win a game almost single-handedly, or a guy that plays consistent but is more of a game manager. Because when it comes playoff time, I feel like these are the guys that step it up. These guys that are, maybe somewhat inconsistent in the regular season. When the playoffs come, when there's extra pressure, you start to see a little bit extra from them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still like Jordan Love. I still think that he has phenomenal skills at quarterback and has only made progression so far in his NFL career. I don't think that he's regressed at all. So I don't know. I still have hopes for the Packers season. And I don't know, that Matt LaFleur team, you can't count them out. They're so well coached.
No.
So but yeah, not a good loss for them. Just a low scoring kind of a slugfest in there.
Yeah.
But that wraps up the NFL action for the week. We are not going to get to top 5 quarterbacks or anything like that this week. We're on a little bit of a crunch schedule.
Yeah.
So we're going to be moving straight into college football week 12 action. And so what is our game of the week? What is our number 1 matchup?
Our number 1 matchup will be the Texas Longhorns traveling to Georgia.
Ooh.
It's Texas at Georgia. The Dogs are favored -5.5. Obviously, Texas was on a bye. Georgia showing they can play a complete game. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, they're playing Mississippi State. Big playoffs on the line, though. For more so for Texas. I think if they lose this, it's going to be very hard for them to get into the playoffs. Obviously, not so much. Even the Bulldogs lose, their playoff chances are still very good.
Yeah. So who's favored here again?
So the Dogs are favored.
By how much?
By 5.5.
Okay. Man,
it is a tough one.
The thing here, we have now seen this year that Georgia is gettable at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, only one team has done it, but they are gettable at home. Prior to the Alabama win, they had a 33 win streak at home. So, but you can win this game at home. I think that Texas is a team that their defense is exactly what we thought they were. They're a really, really good, talented defense. And now their offense is starting to be what we thought they could be at the beginning of the year. The ways that Arch Manning can hurt you in the run game have really opened up that offense, because he is a big, physical quarterback that can, now he's seeming to see the field better. He looks a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
But also they're letting him use his legs a little bit more.
Yes.
And so I really like that from them. This Georgia defense is still so good, though, and if they can put together another 4 quarters like they did last week, especially with the home atmosphere, I would have to say I'm going the University of Georgia plus points here.
Plus points, huh? Well, I love the pick. I just gotta go against it.
Really?
I think the Longhorns go in and pull off the upset. I don't think Georgia will be able to play all 4 quarters again.
Really?
I think Texas will go in and get a dub.
Okay. Are you saying
Longhorn up.
all right, cool deal. And the reason I have this take is because I think that at this point in the season, um, Georgia for the last 3 games has only just been trending up. Which same you could argue the same thing with Texas.
Yeah.
I do think that the potential of Georgia is higher than the potential of Texas, and that might just be me, but I think that is
Actually, my head's telling me I'm making the wrong choice, so I'm switching to the dogs.
really
Taking the dogs win, but I'm taking a Texas cover.
okay.
Sorry, I have to change that for you. Just something in my mind telling me I'm making the wrong choice here.
Okay.
I would be a fool to go against Georgia at home. But if Texas does win, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either. I do think that
I think
with the way that Georgia's been playing lately, if they can continue that trend, this will be a Georgia win. And I do think that since it is 5.5, I see Georgia winning by a full touchdown.
yeah, I can see Georgia winning, but I can see it only be by a field goal.
Yeah. All right.
Next big SEC game is Oklahoma traveling to Tuscaloosa, take on the Tide. Bama is favored also -5.5, and man, this is another tough offensive matchup if Bama can't get the run game going because OU has a top-notch defense. Obviously, John Mateer is still playing hurt, which I think that helps Bama. I think this is going to be just like a game, just like LSU game, or just like the LSU game. I think Bama's going to pull out the win. I take them to win by a touchdown.
So I take you're taking Bama with an Oklahoma cover?
No, I take Bama to win with a cover. It's 5.5. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So what I see here is 2 good defenses and 2 good offenses, but one, I think that we can pretty much say one is definitely the superior offense, and I think that's Bama.
Yeah.
Now, Oklahoma can certainly still do damage on the offensive side of the football. I don't think that they are. I think that they are a better offense than LSU, even with a hurt quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but I still think that this is like, okay, you have 2 great defenses. I think Oklahoma is the better defense, honestly. I think Oklahoma has a great defense. And when you look at who they're coached by, I mean, that just screams like, hey, they are a well-coached defense. That is major stuff. So I say Bama, but with an Oklahoma cover. And I say this because I think that the matchup favors Bama slightly. I think that being at home is huge.
Yes.
But also, I think that Oklahoma is a worse offense still going against a good defense. And then you've got a great offense going up against a great defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that Bama will be able to score more points in this.
Yeah, I think Ty Simpson will be able to he'll be able to will a game-winning drive, I feel like.
And this is all to say, and we haven't even talked about the fact of, what if Bama does figure out a run game in this one?
Yeah.
If Bama can run the ball consistently in this one, then I'd say more than a score. I would say 2 scores. I'd say 2 full scores. I would favor Bama by 14. And that's me saying, like, if Jam Miller can have a good game, if they can scheme that properly, or even if Daniel Hill, if he can have a good game, these guys, we have good backs. We just have to play consistently with them.
Gotta get good O-line play.
Yes.
Gotta get a hat in a hat.
And the thing is, if you're gonna run the ball, run it to the left.
Yeah.
Get behind Caden Proctor and let him do what he does best, which is run block. He is a slower tackle. He's big and he's a little bit slower. So speed rushers have been giving him a problem on the edge. They just run around him, and that's been an issue. But when they run the ball, when you let him just go downhill and take a guy out, Sometimes he takes 2 with him.
Yeah.
Sometimes he takes the D end and just puts him right into that linebacker. And so when you have a guy that is that good in the run game, where he does not miss blocks in the run game, he just doesn't.
He doesn't.
Sometimes he gets ran around in pass protection, but in the run game, he does not miss blocks. Run it behind Caden Proctor, and you will find success in the run game. But I stick to my guns here. I'm saying Bama with an Oklahoma cover.
Yeah.
And that is just because I have a lot of respect for this Oklahoma team.
Yeah,
I think
very good Oklahoma team.
I think that they are a defense to be feared.
Yeah.
And I think that their offense is slightly better than LSU.
Yeah.
But Bama being at home, that is definitely
tough
a
environment to play in.
Yeah, being out there in Titletown is that's something to deal with. All right, what do we got next?
I'm gonna hit you with this one. Friday night game. Clemson travels to take on 20th ranked Louisville, and Louisville's favored -3.5. There's big ACC play on the line for both teams, or more for Louisville.
Yeah,
staying alive for the conference championship.
I'd say for all intents and purposes, Clemson is done. Because the head-to-head against Georgia Tech really takes them out of contention.
Yeah. Louisville coming off that big loss to Cal.
Yeah. They are at home.
They are
going to be facing a decent Clemson defense. They're not what we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year, but they're still not bad. Man, this is, to me, I think that Louisville is playing with everything on the line, and I think that Louisville comes out with the win. And because it is 3.5, I'm going to say that Louisville covers as well.
I agree. I'm going to take a Louisville win. I think they get a bounce back win here to stay alive. So
you're saying plus points as well?
Saying Louisville plus points.
Okay.
Sorry, pal. Nothing personal.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next?
Next, we got the 9th ranked Fighting Irish traveling to take on the Pitt Panthers. Top 25 matchup. The Fighting Irish are favored by -12.5. Once again, another big game for Notre Dame to stay alive. If they lose this, they're probably out of the playoffs. Pitt's also fighting for ACC championship, which obviously this game won't affect their conference play.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be an exciting game.
I think that it won't, and the reason why I think that is because of Jeremiah Love.
Really?
I think that Pitt currently has the number 1 rushing defense in the nation, and I think that is because they have faced bums. And I really, really do not think that they are ready for Jeremiah Love. Also, CJ Carr has been really stepping up his play lately.
Yeah, CJ Carr has gone on a tear recently.
Yeah. So, I mean, for that reason, I'm going to take Notre Dame plus points. I don't think Pitt has the horses to run with them.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think whether they can, even if they do contain Jeremiah Love, I think there's too much offensively for Pitt to handle. So I will be taking the Irish to win and cover as well.
All right, what do we got next?
So I'm going to see some more good games.
Who's Texas Tech play?
Tech is on a bye, I think.
Okay.
Here we go. This one I wanted to talk about. The Iowa Hawkeyes travel to take on the USC Trojans in a big Big Ten game here. Trojans are favored -6.5. I think this comes down to, like last week, like if Iowa can get USC to play into their hands, we're talking about a close ball game here where Iowa could possibly win. But I think Jaden Mayava is going to have a big game. So I'm taking USC win and cover.
Okay. I'm on the same page with you here. I think that Iowa just had a game with perfect circumstance and could not
Yeah.
pull out the win.
Yeah.
So I think a game where they are on the road against a very explosive USC offense, with Lincoln Riley at the helm, I don't see them coming out with the win here. They're a good team, but just I don't think that they have a very favorable matchup here against USC. So I am also saying USC plus points. All right, what do we got next?
Let's do a little Mississippi State Missouri Tiger game. Mississippi State travels to Columbia to take on Missouri. Missouri is -7.5 favorites to win. Um, I don't know who will be the starting QB for the Bulldogs because uh, in the Georgia game, Blake Shapen gets taken out
Yeah.
um, for their backup, Camario Taylor.
Yeah.
So I don't know who will be starting, but once again, it just comes down to Ahmad Hardy being able to rush the ball.
And you know what? I think he does in this game.
I think
Just looking at it, I really think also that they have found a guy in their number 2, Roberts.
yeah.
I like that they have a 1-2 punch in their backfield, and they're also at home. I mean, I think that Como celebrates a big win that night, and we see a Mizzou win and cover.
Yeah, I'd take a Tiger win as well, but I'd take a Bulldog cover.
All right. All right, what do we got next?
Oh, I'm sorry. Texas Tech does play. They play UCF though.
Okay. Who does USF play?
They take on Navy. That will actually
Okay.
be a good game.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Are they at Navy?
Yep.
Okay.
The Bulls travel to take on the Midshipmen. Both teams 7-2. Both teams are at the top of their conference for. Well, both are at the top of the American Conference.
Yeah.
Blake Horvath, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's so good.
But I don't know if it'll be enough to stop the Bulls. I think the Bulls win, but I take a midshipman cover.
Okay. Who's favored here again?
The Bulls are by -9.5.
Yeah. I just from what I saw, with the Bulls facing UTSA, which I do not think UTSA is as good as Navy. However, with what I saw from Byron Brown, with what I saw from that USF offense, they've got a couple good receivers, a couple big physical receivers. They've got a pretty stout defense. I really don't think that Navy can run with them. I'm going to take USF plus points. All right, what do we got next?
How many games is that?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 games.
3 more.
All right, I want to talk about a close game here in the ACC. It's the North Carolina State Wolfpack traveling to take on the Miami Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are -14.5 favorites. We have seen the Wolfpack already upset a top 10 team in Georgia Tech. Obviously, if you can disrupt Carson Beck, you can force a lot of turnovers.
The thing that I worry about here is like truly Miami, no matter what the line is, I don't think it's safe.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because they had a big line against Louisville. They had a big line against, a lot of the teams that they've faced. And I think that they've had close games that shouldn't be close. I think they've lost games that they shouldn't have lost. And NC State is a team that already believes that they can upset people because they've done it this year.
Yeah.
I still think, though, I think that Miami just has too much talent on their roster. I think that Miami wins this one. I do think NC State covers, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think Miami is more superior, and another team that's looking to stay alive in college football playoffs. They can't afford another loss.
Yeah.
Because they're already on a tough track to even make the ACC championship game.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll take a Miami win, but I will take a Wolfpack cover.
Okay, perfect. All right, what do we got next?
Let's go to the Big 12, and as the Arizona Wildcats travel to take on the 25th ranked Cincinnati Bearcats. The Bearcats open up as 6.5 favorites. Cincinnati still fighting for a Big 12 championship game.
Yep.
They're 5-1 in conference. Arizona is not far behind. Obviously, they need a lot of help, but
Who'd you say was favored? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, yeah,
By how much?
by 6.5. Sorry. Obviously, I still like Brendan Sorsby at quarterback.
Yep.
Noah Fifta is having himself a very good season as well. He's 23 total touchdowns, just 4 picks. But I'm going to roll with the Bearcats here. I'd roll with the Bearcats to win and cover the 6.5.
Yeah, I think things get a little wild with those Arizona Wildcats. I'm going to take Arizona.
Wow.
And you've got Cincinnati plus points?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, what you just said there with the 23 total touchdowns, 4 picks, I like that.
Yeah, Noah Fifta he's a very solid quarterback.
A quarterback that doesn't turn over the ball is a quarterback that can win games.
It'll be an exciting game to watch, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Underrated game. One more. Correct.
Yep.
Man. I guess we can talk about Florida rolling into Ole Miss. Possibly the battle of what school Lane Kiffin will choose next season. Ole Miss opens up as 14.5 favorites. Obviously, Trinidad Chambliss is really having himself a great season.
Yeah, he's incredible. I honestly think that their defense is overlooked as well.
Yeah.
However, Florida chooses the weirdest games to come in and make it close. I do think Ole Miss wins it, I do think Ole Miss wins this, but I'm going to take Rebels with a Gator cover.
Yeah.
Just because they will surprise you in the weirdest of times and come in and make a game really close, and you're like, what the heck?
I mean, we saw them do it against Georgia.
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with you there. I think Ole Miss will get the win. However, I do see Florida maybe losing by a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I'm taking.
And also, like I was just saying not that long ago, Florida has a legit national title worthy roster.
Yeah.
They really do have that much talent. So on any given day, they can go out there and give you fits. So I wouldn't be surprised if Florida goes out there and wins this one.
They very much could.
They like to do that randomly, come in and just spoil somebody's season. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they win, but I do think that they will at least keep it closer than 2 scores. But yeah, I still believe that Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin are just too well coached, too talented to lose this one. And if they do, oh boy, things really start to heat up.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right, so that rounds out our 10. We've got Texas at Georgia. You've got Georgia with the Texas cover. I've got Georgia plus points. Oklahoma at Bama. Bama plus points for you. Bama with an OU cover for me. Clemson at Louisville. Louisville plus points for both of us. Notre Dame at Pitt. Notre Dame plus points for both of us. Iowa at USC. USC plus points for both of us. Mississippi State at Mizzou. Mizzou with an MSU cover for you. Mizzou plus points for me. USF at Navy. USF with a Navy cover for you. USF plus points for me. NC State at Miami. Miami with a NC State cover for both of us. Arizona at Cincinnati. Cincinnati plus points for you. Arizona straight up for me. Florida at Ole Miss. Rebels with a Gator cover for both of us. So really, this is going to come down to half points for us.
Yeah, I agree.
We're basically on the same train except for that Cincinnati Arizona game. But hey, things get wild when you're playing the Wildcats.
They do.
But
Totally do.
Let's move on to the NFL.
Yeah, so kicking off Thursday night football with the Jets traveling to New England. New England's favored minus 13.5. And what more needs to be said?
Are they wearing those nor'easters in this one?
I'm not for sure.
I'd really like to see those uniforms debuted because they are super crispy.
Yeah, they are. The Jets will be without Garrett Wilson this game.
Yep.
And obviously that's not good. You already lost a lot of players, and losing your best receiver is not good going up against this Patriots defense. So pretty obvious for me. I'm taking the Patriots to win and cover. I'm going to take them with a cover as well. I think they win on the back of.
We going difference makers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This week, give me Diggs.
You're taking Diggs.
I think he's going to have a big game. Travion Henderson just had a huge game. I think that he would be a pretty easy pick, but I don't see him doing the same thing twice in a row. I think that Drake May is going to air it out a little bit in this one and target this Jets secondary, who is now without their number one corner. And Diggs is a veteran wide receiver. He's a really, really talented receiver still. I mean, we saw with that goal line fade last week. So I still think that he has the talent to really be a difference maker for them.
All right. I will also go with the receiver, but I'm going to go with Pop Douglas.
Rasul Douglas.
Yeah, I'm going with Pop Douglas. It's going to be my difference maker in the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's been on fire this whole season.
Kicking off, we got oh man, we really screwed Madrid up. We really screwed Spain over.
Who did we give them?
We gave them the Commanders and the Dolphins.
Oh,
yeah, talking about a rough game.
Well,
could be some fireworks.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I haven't seen the Dolphins really be able to put together two back-to-back great games.
Who's favored here?
Dolphins are favored minus 2.5. Although ESPN says that the Commanders are favored by 52%. So
of the public vote?
Yeah. Well, and I guess a public vote.
Yeah.
So far. Just a straight pick'em game here, and obviously I got to roll with the better playmakers, and I think that's the Dolphins. So I'm taking the Dolphins to win and cover.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though. This is a very poor game though.
Yeah, I am seeing it the same as you. I don't think that the Commanders can do anything in this one. They have been ravaged by injury.
Yeah.
And no Jaden Daniels. I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah, no Jaden Daniels. They just lost one of their best defensive players, Deron Payne, to suspension.
So give me that, and then as my difference maker, I'm going to take Waddle.
You take Waddle. I'm going to roll with Mr. Devon Achane. That'd be my difference maker.
All right, moving on.
The Panthers travel to take on the Falcons. Both teams coming off tough losses. Rico Dowdle is listed as questionable right now. I think that just popped up, so that's not good to see.
What's the line here?
Sorry. The line is at
Falcons are favored, probably.
Falcons are favored minus 3.5.
Okay.
Um,
I think that's disrespectful to them.
yeah. Drake London also popped up on the questionable list too.
Oh, that's not good.
London was not present at Wednesday's practice, so hopefully he'll be out there. If he's not out there, it's gonna
I
be a tough game
I
for.
really don't think that changes my outlook very much.
Really.
I think that even if Drake London is out, I think the Panthers defense will not be able to handle the 1-2 punch of Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. Um, and sadly, even though I love Bijan and he is on my fantasy team, it seems to be that every week they let him drive the ball
Yep.
all the way down into the red zone and say,
Yep.
hey, thanks for all the work you done. We're going to give it to Algier.
Yeah.
So for my difference maker, I'm going to have Tyler Algier.
All right. For me, I'm gonna roll
Well,
with
what's your pick?
I'm gonna roll with the
Okay.
Panthers upset.
Really?
Yeah, give me a Panthers upset on the back of Tedawara McMillan in this game.
Okay. All right. I like that pick.
Yeah, I can see it going either way.
The only thing that gets me here is I like this Atlanta defense too much
Yeah.
to vote against them, and then I also think that their rushing attack is super good. Yeah, I like the
I
Falcons
mean,
in this one.
I wouldn't be shocked. Also, like hoping Rico Dowdle has a monster game as well. We just saw the Falcons give up 250 yards to JT, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if Rico Dowdle has another monster game
yeah.
as well. Exciting 12 o'clock game. The Buccaneers travel to take on the Bills. Um, Bills open up as minus 5.5 favorites. Um, both teams, one team coming off a very
You say 5.5 point
five
favorites?
and a half. Yep. One team coming off a very strange loss, and the other coming off a close loss. I don't know where to go, honestly.
I think Buffalo at home. I think that is a genuine
See what the weather's supposed to
I
be
don't
like.
think in the NFL there's a lot of games that have a major home field advantage. I think Arrowhead is one of them. I think that the Bills have one of them.
Yeah.
I honestly, funny enough, I think that the Buccaneers also have a pretty big home team or a home field advantage.
Yeah.
But right here, I'm definitely going to take Buffalo. I think that they're pretty motivated off that loss, and I think that they take out some of their frustrations on the Buccaneers. So for that, I'll take Buffalo plus points, as well as for my difference maker, I'm going to go ahead and say that for some reason, there's one name calling out at me, and that's Keon Coleman. I think Keon
Wow.
Coleman has a wonderful game and really turn some heads.
Yeah, I could see this game going either way. Yeah, it's the Bills just seem to they don't really have many great weapons as like I thought they would. At least they haven't showed up yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the Bills are going to bounce back here. I think they are super good at being able to bounce back after some losses.
Yeah.
And I do believe James Cook will be the difference maker in this game. So I'm taking the Bills win and a cover.
All right. All right. What do we got next?
Next, we got the Texans traveling to take on the Titans. Texans are minus 6.5 favorites. CJ Stroud is questionable, but I don't think whoever's at quarterback in this game is probably going to lead them to a win.
Yeah, I think whoever plays quarterback, they're more than capable of beating the Titans.
Yeah.
I'm at this point with the Titans. I'm going against them until further notice because they've looked lifeless. For that reason, I'm going Texans plus points, and I think that my difference maker in this one Give me a random, really good game by Nick Chubb.
Wow. I would go the same. I'm going to take the Texans to win and cover, but I see a monster defensive game by Mr. Will Anderson.
Ooh, Bama boy.
Yep.
Yeah, this is another one where I could have very easily taken Daniil Hunter too,
Yeah.
because I think that Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter are both going to have chances to tee off on a young, inexperienced Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I could also see Derek Stingley being a big factor as well.
yeah. All right, who we got next?
Exciting conference NFC North game here between the Bears and Vikings. It's a 50-50 split. Vikings are 3.5 favorites in this game. Man.
And so this is on the opposite side. Until further notice, I'm not picking against the Bears. They've looked so good, and I'm sticking with my same difference maker from last week as Caleb Williams.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Man, I'm gonna roll with the home team here. I'm taking the Vikings to win. I'm gonna take the Vikings to win, and I think that Aaron Jones will be the difference maker in this game.
I like that. I still think Caleb Williams is playing really, really good football right about now.
I love the Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze connection that they got going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Packers travel to take on the Giants. That's pretty awesome. As we know, Jameis Winston will begin the start in this game.
Yep. Just announced. Who's favored?
Let me look it up. Laptop died. Crazy.
Another laptop death.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
R.I.P. Freaking things running on fumes. Packers are minus 7.5 favorites.
Whoa.
Which I'm going to be taking the Packers to win. They finally get over the hump of losing these close games, and I think they win and cover their 7.5. I think maybe my difference maker will be Josh Jacobs in this game.
Okay.
Giants one of the worst running defenses in the NFL.
I think that there's a certain magic that a man of God like Jameis Winston can bring to the game. And I think after this game, we see a little bit of this action, a little bit of the eating that dub. So give me the Giants and give me Jameis Winston, famous Jameis, as my difference maker.
Crazy pick there.
What do we got next?
Moving to the 3:05 game, we got the Seahawks and the Rams. A great NFC West competition here. Both teams 7-2. Rams open up as the favorites at minus 3.5. I just don't know. Seahawks have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Yeah.
This is a tough pick. I'm having some trouble with this one myself. But the Rams have showed me that is probably not a wise team to pick against. I think that they go out there and take care of business again. I think that this is a team that we're going to see late in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think that the Rams win and cover. And give me Give me Kyron Williams as my difference maker.
All right. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna pick the upset and go with the Seattle Seahawks to
Okay.
win this game. Um, I think my difference maker will be. I think my. I think I'm gonna go with the same guy. I think I'm gonna go JSN to be my difference maker in
All
this
right.
game.
I like it. I like the pick.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would not be surprised at all if that happens.
Yeah, this game will be. I think this game will come down to the wire. It'll be. I think it could be one of the top 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
Another NFC West game going on between the 49ers and the Cardinals. 49ers open as only minus 2.5 favorites. Obviously, I was speaking highly of Mac Jones, so I'm taking the 49ers to win this game. But I do think it's on the back of obviously Christian McCaffrey. That's their guy. So the Niners win, cover with Christian McCaffrey leading the way.
And how much are they favored by again?
2.5. Also, just got word of Marvin Harrison is out for this game as well. So that's a big blow to them.
Yeah, that changes my pick. That changes my pick because I was going to go with Arizona, but if they don't have their number one weapon, I just don't see it. And I'd say that this is going to be a 350 plus passing yard performance by Mac Jones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Former Tide player as well.
Yeah, roll Tide, roll Tide.
325 game will be the Ravens traveling to take on the Cleveland Browns. Ravens are minus 8.5 favorites. Obviously, not much needs to be said. I think this game will be taken over by Lamar. And I think the Ravens win and cover the 8.5 with these.
I agree. And my difference maker for this one is Isaiah Likely.
I like that.
I think that he starts to get some good touches in this one. They've been going Mark Andrews' way quite a bit.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think that Likely might get some quality touches and score.
I like that pick. The Chiefs travel to.
Who's your difference maker?
I meant Lamar.
Okay.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. The Chiefs travel to take on the Broncos. Highly anticipated game that we've all been waiting for. Chiefs open as minus 3.5 favorites.
That's a mistake. You don't know it yet. Yeah, that's a huge mistake. I think Vegas. I think you're out of your mind picking against my Denver Broncos. I think that this one is a Broncos win, and I think that Courtland Sutton finally has like a really, really good performance.
Yeah, Alex Singleton listed as doubtful in this game.
Did you hear what happened with him?
No, what did happen?
So he got drug tested by the league, and they ended up finding something with his body analysis that he had early stage testicular cancer, and they were able to stop it and I believe like remove some sort of a growth or something like that. So, hey, that's awesome. Yeah. Like league, good on you. Maybe start drug testing people more often. But also, Singleton, I'm happy for you. Nobody likes to hear about cancer. Get down from there. You get down from there. You're crazy. But I think Courtland Sutton is the difference maker, and I think that Denver wins.
Yeah, I heard it's possible that Pat Surtain returns for this game too.
Is it? Okay. I didn't know for sure. I know that he is questionable with that pectoral injury. Yeah,
and Marvin Mims is possible to return for. He's questionable as well, as is J.K. Dobbins. I think he should be expected to play.
That would be
also.
huge if all three of them play.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I mean, I got to roll with the. Defense still wins championships, so I'm rolling with the Broncos here. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. It's like I see it being a 2014 ball game. So I'm taking the Broncos to pull off the upset.
And who's your difference maker here?
My difference maker will be, I think, Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is going to have some big runs in this game.
Okay, using his legs a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Fun Sunday night matchup. And the Sunday night games have kind of been slacking a bit. So
Yeah.
we got the Lions traveling to take on the Eagles. Eagles open as -2.5 favorites. Man, I think the tush push is gonna be done after this season. I think fans are tired of seeing it. Coaches are tired of seeing it. I mean, there's a false start every
single time
it's ran. But I think I'm gonna roll with the Lions upset. They go into Philly and pull off the win off the back of got a couple players. I'm gonna go off the back of Jamison Williams.
Okay, I thought you were gonna have the same exact pick as me right there. I am going the Lions as well, and I'm going that I think Sam Laporta is going to have a great game here.
Yeah.
I think that he has had a couple monster games already, and this is another one where I think that he may be able to get stuff done. I think a lot of the time they're going to have a linebacker covering him. I'd say Zach Bond will probably get a lot of coverage on Sam Laporta, and Laporta is a guy that he has good enough route running and ball skills that putting a linebacker on him is a mismatch, and his size is too big for a corner. So Zach Bond is a very good coverage linebacker.
Yeah.
I don't think that he has the ability to run with Sam Laporta. So give me Laporta to have a big game.
Lovely. And then the Monday night game, we got the Cowboys traveling to Las Vegas. Cowboys are -3.5 favorites.
So Cowboys are 3.5 point favorites.
Yep.
In this one, I'll tell you right now. We saw it in the Raiders Broncos game. It looks like Geno Smith is at least hurt. I don't think he's injured, but he is hurt. Something happened with his knee. He was hobbling around a lot of that game. They took a big beating in that game physically. I'm not saying that it was a big win, but physically, like that was a tough, hard-hitting game. You could tell that this was two rivals that really, really wanted that game. I think that they are still recovering from that. I think that the Cowboys coming off of a bye, I think that that's going to be huge. They've got everybody healthy. CD's in there. Pickens is in there. Javonte Williams is in there.
Yeah.
So I think this Cowboys offense is way too high powered. I think that the Cowboys win and cover.
Who's your difference maker?
Give me. You know what? I'm going to go on the other side of the ball, and I'm going to see another pick six from Deron Bland.
Deron Bland, eh? Yeah. I mean, Cowboys offense is way too overpowered for this Raiders team to handle. I could see this being a high-scoring game also, though. I could see Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers having some big numbers. But, yeah, it just comes down to Cowboys just being a far superior team. So I'm taking them to win and cover. And I think CeeDee Lamb will have a monster game.
All right. And does that round out our NFL slate?
Our slate.
All right. So we've got Jets, New England. We've both got New England plus points, Douglas and Diggs. Commanders at Miami. Miami plus points, Achane and Waddle. Panthers at Atlanta. Panthers for you. Atlanta plus points for me. Tyler Algier, Tetaroa McMillan. Bucks at Buffalo. Buffalo plus points. You've got James Cook. I've got Keon Coleman. Texans at Tennessee. Texans plus points. Will Anderson, Nick Chubb. Bears at Minnesota. Minnesota for you. Bears for me. Did you say cover on that? That's 3.5 points.
For who? Sorry.
For Minnesota. You took Minnesota.
Oh.
They are favored by 3.5.
You know what? Give me a last second field goal. So I'm going to take the Bears to cover.
Okay. And in that one, you've got your difference maker being Aaron Jones, mine being Caleb Williams. Packers at New York Giants. Packers plus points for you. Giants for me. Jameis Winston, Josh Jacobs. Seahawks at Rams. Seahawks for you. Rams plus points for me. JSN for you. Kyron Williams for me. Niners at Arizona. Niners plus points. CMC for you. Mac Jones for me. Ravens at Cleveland. Ravens plus points. Lamar for you. Likely for me. Chiefs at Denver. Denver for both. Knicks for you. Sutton for me. Lions at Philadelphia. Lions. J. Will for you. Laporta for me. Cowboys at Vegas. Cowboys plus points. Lamb for you. Bland for me. And that rounds out our predictions and our recap of football over the past week and football for the coming week. So, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you tuning in on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
This has been so fun doing this
Absolutely.
every week. We're on a little bit of a time crunch today, so a little bit shorter episode. I'm sure that none of you will mind.
Yeah.
But
with that, get down there in the comments and let us know if you agree, disagree with our takes. And
get active in the comments.
Let us know
get
if you
active
got any hot takes for us too.
I mean, I'd like to see 6-7 comments on this one.
Yeah, no kidding. That'd be nice.
All right, well, this is going to be MAFpod signing off. Have a good one, everybody.